seeing them rush when you look in the mirror. That shit made me get that coffin shivers. Saying it's delivered, I got that coffin look on spinning. Say I ain't miss him, that he finished. One simple, better keep your distance. I'ma make a mission. Buy the candle at the spot we hit you. Teddy bears and Texas. I be booty till the morning, PM to the morning. My little woody want it back, I'm just wanna roll it. Hold up, nigga, don't you owe me, yeah, you owe me doing it. Like I'm an island of a mental, how I stay rolling. Tryna diss me, I need you 6 feet. Since she said she missed me, cause you went against me. Damn, I'm so crispy. Santa got me dizzy. Look, try me, I ain't shy. I keep that glitzy. I be booty till the morning, PM to the morning. My little woody want it back, I'm just wanna roll it. Hold up, nigga, don't you owe me, yeah, you owe me doing it. Like I'm an island of a mental, how I stay rolling. Tryna diss me, I need you 6 feet. Since she said she missed me, cause you went against me. Damn, I'm so crispy. Santa got me dizzy. Look, try me, I ain't shy. I keep that glitzy.
Yo, back at it. Hood money. Another week at it. One more again. You know what I'm saying? Back at it again. It's Benny Boone here on your local hood radio station, your hood video station, your hood network. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was an interesting week last week. For the first time in Hood Money history, you know what I'm saying? Since we've been going, the guaranteed money didn't come through for us last week. I mean, we came close. You know, if the Eagles or even the Colts, if either one of them pulled it off, it'd have definitely got us in there. And then, you know, the over-unders, you know, I was right there, trying to get it every way we could get it. But it could, you know, it was a lot of upsets, a lot of Thanksgiving upsets. All the games was upsets, matter of fact. And Sunday, most of the games went like they were supposed to, except for, you know, it was like a couple of games that probably didn't go the way they were supposed to go. As you can see from the recap board from week 13, it's in the books. As you can see, they had, you know, like I said, the Colts and the Eagles, like the Colts blew it right there, and the Eagles, and of course the Ravens, you know, with the parlay, you know, and the Steelers also. I mean, like I said, it was, you know, I guaranteed parlay right here. It's no longer served because it didn't come through. Because you know, we're gonna have to come up with a different color. We're gonna come up with a different color and come up with something. But ironically, that game, that Chiefs game, and also the Broncos game, was the one that cost us. Wasn't that great on the as you can see, we didn't do that great on the touchdown props. And you know, as you can see there, we got our over-under. If it wasn't for that Atlanta Jets, we would have, you know, at least would have got that, but just couldn't get it done. But we did pick up the W to go 7-3-3 on the season. My man from the streets is on fast back viciously after, you know, that 1 for 4. That's probably the lowest total of the year. But you know, having sometimes it's how it go. You know, had the 3 holiday games. You know what I'm saying? And all of them went away. The bookie definitely thought they wasn't gonna go, and as you know, everybody pretty much thought they wasn't gonna go that way. But that's football. You know what I'm saying? You got teams trying to make it right now. You got, you know, teams jockeying for draft position out there. You know, some interesting matchups this week. You know what I'm saying? Interesting matchups. Didn't see too much out there. This really spectacular going on. Couple of winning streaks out there. The Niners still out there with that last spot, getting the win. They'll be on the bye. As well as the Patriots will be on the bye. The Giants will be on the bye. 4 teams on the bye this week. This will be the last bye week, and then we'll be going into. Also, this is a championship week in college, so playoffs will be starting soon, and we'll be getting into that too. Here it is. Try to get it all in there. Big board seems to get bigger every week. I don't know how. The screens say the same, but the board get bigger every week. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I'm doing it. But, you know, it's how it be sometimes. It's how it be. So, let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. It's Thursday, you know what I'm saying? It's a big game Thursday. Most of the games gonna be big going forth. It's you know, it's only 8 teams. It's looking good out there in the AFC. It's 10 teams. Well, when I say looking good, I mean with winning records. You know what I'm saying? And it's 10 teams in the NFC. So you know that's most of the league over 500, and then it's a couple 500 teams trying to jockey for playoffs positioning. So let's get into it. Cowboys and the Lions. Cowboys Lions matchup. It's gonna be an interesting matchup. Like I said, Lions pulled off an upset on Thanksgiving for y'all. Game 1, they got it done against the Packers on the road, and then the Cowboys came in game 2 and did the same thing to the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Picking up that upset win as an underdog. Both teams are jockeying for playoff positioning as right now the 7th spot and last spot. The team has 9-4, so they have some ground to make up. There's only 5 games left. Looking at the NFC, you're gonna have to at least win. At least you're not gonna make it with 10 wins. You're gonna at least have to win. I want to say the number is 12. You're gonna have to win 12 to get in this playoff. But the Cowboys have a unique situation. Unlike the Lions, they can actually win their division. Say if they win and the Eagles lose, they'll be a half game out. And they are playing the Lions at home. The Lions, have been, hit or miss this season. But at home, they're usually better than they are on the road. St. Brown was injured last week. I don't believe he'll be going. There's injuries on both sides of the ball. The bookie has this is 3.5. Knowing what happens on prime time this year, what we've been noticing and seeing, I would take the Cowboys to cover the spread. I mean, the underdogs dominated the Thursday matchup, and I think this is a good spot where the Cowboys may not win, but they'll definitely keep it closer than that 3.5. So I would take the Cowboys this week. So yeah, might as well. I mean, see what's going on. Last 2 weeks haven't been good for us. All right, the next matchup will be the Seahawks versus the Falcons. Seahawks look like they're poised to get in the playoffs. It'll be 3 teams coming from the West and 3 teams coming from the North, with one both from the East and the South. That's the way it's just going to break. All the playoff teams are in the South or the West, or the North and the West this year. In the NFC, the Falcons are in that South. Looks like a close race, but most likely won't be that close between Tampa Bay and Carolina. Look for Tampa Bay to take that division and get that playoff spot. The Seahawks will be fighting it out with the Rams and the Niners, still fighting for that first place, that division, and still fighting for number 1 seed if they break their way. Things been going good. Their running game's been looking good. Jackson Smith-Njigba's looking magical out there for them. Great pickup at the quarterback spot. Everything seems to be breaking their way, even though Sam Darnold still tends to not win the big games. He's definitely capable of beating the Falcons. Falcons going to throw Kirk Cousins out there again and try to recoup some of that money that they paid him to be their starting quarterback. I see Seattle winning this game. What I do with this is -7 is I tease it down to 6.5. Just half a point, just because I usually want to get the half a point. That's why most of the spreads are half a point, because you want to get the win and not the push. So I take the Seahawks on -6.5. Our next matchup is the number I like, Bills-Bengals, -5.5. Bengals, like I said, won on that was the late game on Thursday. They took care of business. The Bills also out there taking care of business on Sunday. Looks like a good matchup. One team is poised to make the playoffs. The other team is struggling out there in the AFC North and the AFC East out there with the Bills. Bills trying to catch the Patriots. Don't see that happening, but do see them making it into the playoffs. Bengals have way too much ground, just like last year. They dug themselves a hole and now trying to fight out of it. Don't see that happening. It did come down to the last week last year, so Bengals look to pick up some wins with Joe Burrow back, Josh Allen, James Cook, and the rest of those guys, Keon Coleman and Shakir, and they'll be ready. And I think they'll get this victory at home. I would take the Bills on the money line, even though I like this 5.5. I'd take it to be a back and forth game. So I would take the Bills on the money line, and I'd just do that for this against this particular opponent. All right, our next matchup would be Titans-Browns, a game that's not that interesting but still has value in it. As far as a Commanders fan, trying to get into that top 5 spot, we need the Browns to win. We need a couple of teams to pick up that win. The Titans look like they're locked into that #1 seed. Look for the Titans to at least get one more win this year. They do play tough. They do keep the games close. They're just trying to figure it out with their new rookie quarterback. Also, the Browns are doing the same thing, but they have more weapons. They have more young guys. They have a couple veterans like Njoku and Judy out there that can get those young running backs and young receivers going, and also Shador going. I like Shador in this spot. I like the Browns on the money line. I like the defense the Browns have. They've always had a decent, above average defense. They just are looking for the quarterback, and so they'll be trying to see if Shador is that guy. This is it, I think, for him. If he doesn't win this game, they'll be going back to Gabriel next week. But if he covers his spread and maybe wins by double digits, he'll keep the job going forward. But just for this game, I'll take the Browns on the money line at home. All right, our next matchup will be the Commanders and the Vikings. Commanders and the Vikings both absorbed losses last week. Commanders absorbed the closest loss, losing in overtime. Went for it on two-point conversion. Me personally, I had the spread in Denver on all my tickets, so that's where all my tickets died. I never would have thought Denver would let the Commanders stay that close, and then in overtime drive 11 play drive and get a touchdown on fourth. I never would have expected any of that. And if I had my money on the Commanders, it wouldn't have happened most likely. But that's how it happens. Both teams going nowhere, positioning themselves for draft positioning. Like I said, Commanders looking to get a top 5 pick right now. They're in the 6th spot, and the Vikings are slightly above them because they have more wins. Looks like they will pick up another win as they try to get the whole situation in Minnesota going after losing that quarterback and the injuries they had this year. But they still have Jefferson and Addison and Jones and Mason out there, so they should be fine at home. Look for the Vikings to win and cover the spread. Next matchup is AFC East matchup. It was surprised. This is probably the most surprising thing you'll hear is that both of these teams won last week. Both of these teams won last week. Neither team is going to make the playoffs. The Dolphins, like I said, the coach wants to continue coaching in Miami, so he needs to string together some wins, which he has done. So that hot seat has gotten a little cooler, but still, he still needs to get these wins. And the Jets, like I said, have given up on Fields. Looks like I don't know where he's going to end up next, but it's going to be Taylor going forward, or maybe they'll try like another guy in there, a rookie or something. But for now, it's going to be the Jets at home, the Dolphins on the road. Like I said, the Dolphins have been winning as of late, and I see it to continue. See them to get a push. They are still in the playoff race, even though way on the outside, like along the side with Cincinnati. And so, I would take the Dolphins to both cover the spread and win that game. All right, our next matchup will be an NFC South matchup. The Saints and the Buccaneers. Buccaneers looking to keep it going in the South. Like I said, they've got the Panthers, and after the Panthers a big upset win last week, put some very close to each other within the game of the Panthers, and they still play each other, which I think will be the difference in the separation. The Saints are in the cellar right now. They are going nowhere fast. And, they're trying to, but they are putting things together. They have gotten a couple wins on the season. They also look like they will be in line for a top 5 pick this year, or next year. And for this game, I like the Buccaneers. It's a divisional matchup, so the spread is a little high. I would definitely take the Buccaneers on the money line. I would just leave the spread alone with the injuries at the receiver and quarterback position for Tampa Bay. But I do like them to get the win at home. Which leads us to our other slate of games, and the Colts and the Jaguars, and that AFC South has all of a sudden become a tight race. Looked like the first half of the season the Colts were going to run away with it, but like I said, Daniel Jones is not that guy. That's why he was traded a couple of times before getting to Indianapolis. And Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence is the same Trevor Lawrence. He wins sometimes, he loses sometimes. Right now he's doing some winning. Colts coming off a loss, Jaguars coming off a win. Colts are actually favored in this matchup. I don't see how they lost that big game at home to an opponent they should have beat. And this is the divisional matchup. I don't believe that they will beat the Jaguars. They played 2 more times in these 5 games, and I believe the home team will win both of those, which is why I would take the Jaguars on the money line to get it done at home. The Colts have been struggling as of late, and the Jaguars have been hot. So, makes sense to me. All right, moving on. Another tough battle this time in the AFC North. We had the Steelers and the Ravens both absorbing losses last week, and by virtue of tiebreakers and head-to-head matchups, the Ravens are still in first place. The North is the worst division right now, has the least amount of wins of any division, and also the East is right behind them. Those are the 2 worst divisions in the conferences this year so far. I'd like the Ravens to get it done, though. They were bouncing back last weekend. Rodgers got playing with that broken wrist. He's going to possibly try it again. It worked out for a little while, and then it just didn't hold up. And, Lamar Jackson, like I said, that's the difference between him and Hurts. Hurts' ability to not turn the ball over every game and multiple times in some games. He's still working on it. I mean, this is way too many years to still be working on protecting the football. But I'll take him. I'll take him on the money line to win this game. Or if I take the Steelers on the points, don't see the Ravens winning by that large of a spread. All right, the AFC West matchup, the Broncos and the Raiders. Like I said, Broncos got a win last week. The Raiders didn't. It's a weekly trend for them. Last time they played, the Raiders did cover the spread. The spread was 8.5 at Denver, and now it's 7.5. So the bookie has faith that the Broncos will at some time blow a team out. They looked like they were in a good position last week and couldn't get it done. I don't see why they would get it done here. I would actually take the Broncos on the money line. I don't believe I actually bet on this game, but if I was betting, I'd definitely take the Broncos on the money line. It's the difference between the Patriots and the Broncos. Broncos win a lot of close games, nail biters, games where they have to come back in the fourth quarter, and the Patriots just beat the hell out of whatever team they're playing on the other side, which makes the Patriots definitely a better bet. But I take the Broncos on the money line, and if I was betting the Raiders, I'd take the Raiders on the spread. Cause like I said, them would have to prove to me that they could beat somebody by double digits before I take them to win by double digits. Even I take them to win by 8, but they would have to prove to me that they could beat somebody by that margin. Next matchup is the NFC North matchup, crucial matchup. Like I said, Bears got a crucial. Well, Bears actually played on Friday, on Black Friday, but they picked up a crucial win, beating the Eagles. And the Packers went down, and like I said, lost their home to the Lions. That was a big game for them not to get. But they're still on top of the Lions, and actually the Bears are on top of the Packers. So this is a 1 versus 2 matchup. That's why it's a crucial matchup. Kind of trending in the wrong directions. Bears have been winning. The Bears have actually won 9 out of 10 now with that win last week. Winning at an accelerated clip right now. I said they would fall out of the chase. It could happen, but right now it doesn't seem like it will. But it seems I would definitely think the Packers could overtake them. But like I said, it's going to be a big game determining whether the Packers can actually get that number 1 spot. Don't see the Lions actually coming back and competing for the division. But, there's 5 games left. It's a lot of football to play. I think the spread is a little bit inflated, which is why I would take the Packers on the spread, and then I would also take the Bears on the with the points. This game to be played within 1 to 4 points. Look for it to be a close matchup. All right, and that takes us to the NFC West. A lot of divisional matchups out here. We got the Rams, we got the Cardinals. Rams absorbed that big upset loss. Cardinals, absorbed another loss last week. Kyler Murray now, they're trying to put something together. The Rams trying to get back to their winning ways. They fell out of the number 1 spot last week. It's going to Chicago right now. Chicago is in a good position for now, but look for the Rams to reclaim it. Look for the Rams to get that win coming up this week. And I'll take the Rams to cover that spread too. The Rams Have a little bit of injury trouble, but not really. And Matthew Stafford has been holding up well. On the other side, the Cardinals have been injury plagued all year, and like I said, they're going with Brissett now, and it's an experiment that's starting off pretty decent, but it's not going to have much effect on the season. Probably looking for a quarterback next year via free agency. Hopefully not the draft, as we'll get into next week, but I'll take the Rams, and I'll take both on the money line and on the spread. Which leads us to Sunday night. Sunday night, one of the biggest matchups of the week is Texans is Chiefs. Chiefs clawing to get back into the playoff race. Texans, they're trying to stay in the race as well. And that all of a sudden, tough AFC South. It's the Texans, the Jaguars, and the Colts. Well, I mean, the Jaguars and the Colts, one of them was going to lose. So if the Texans win, they'll pick up a game on one of those guys. And the Chiefs both teams are hovering around 500. The Chiefs are trying to, put together a string of wins. At this point, the Chiefs Denver only needs to win 2 more games to lock the Chiefs out of winning the division. And at this point, the Chiefs, unless a lot of things happen for them, they would have to win 4 out of 5 and possibly all 5. Like, to guarantee themselves a spot, they have to win all 5. But at 4 out of 5, they could possibly get it. At 3 out of 5, they will not make the playoffs. That's how big of a hole they're in at this time after losing last week. And the Texans, after another big win, like I said, are back in the playoff chase and the division, and the divisional chase in their division. I would take the Chiefs. Once again, I'm taking the Chiefs. I don't know how they let the Cowboys slip. It seems like a lot of fourth quarter Mahomes-less magic. It used to be Mahomes magic. Now it's Mahomes-less magic. I mean, he's not making it happen in the fourth quarter like he was in the previous seasons. Their division streak is in jeopardy for sure, and the playoff streak is in jeopardy. So they'll be playing for everything. And the Texans will be tough with the D out there, and with the weapons they have. Nico Collins has come alive the past couple weeks, and Woody Marks and them. I look for the Chiefs to win this game, and I would also take the Texans to cover that 3.5. I didn't take it, but I probably would if I was gambling that way. So leads us to the big Monday night matchup. It's big in terms of record, but both teams have been back and forth. Chargers picked up a win last week against the Raiders. Everybody picks up a win against them this year, and the Eagles absorbed that loss on Friday against the Bears, which makes that NFC division East race actually a race now. They're a game and a half up, but if they lose and the Cowboys win, like I said, they'll only be a half a game in first place with 4 games left. And the Chargers are trying to, they're playing catch up. They're trying to catch, people in their division. Just the Broncos for now. We're trying to stay ahead of the Chiefs. It's going to be interesting. The last 5 games going down the stretch for them. They're at home. Herbert is hurt. He's also has a broken non-throwing injury to his hand. And he'll be hopefully trying to play. Well, he wants to play, but if he doesn't play, Trey Lance will be out there for the Chargers. The uncertainty at quarterback, and of course, with those type of injuries, all it takes is one good hit to knock him off the game, which is why I would go back and take the Eagles to get back. The Eagles are known for late season collapses. 3 out of the last 4 years, it seems like they, once it gets to the end of the season, they go on these tremendous losing streaks, except for last year when they actually won it all. But I'm going to give them one more chance. I'm going to take them 2.5, which leads us to our parlay board. We got to give people second chances. The month for second chance. We give them time to get themselves together out there so they can get us these W's and these dollars. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. We'll parlay one. Parlay one, I know the board looked kind of interesting, but just stick with me this week. We got the Jaguars on the money line. We got the Texans with the spread. We got the Cowboys with the spread. We got the Vikings with the spread. Parlay 2, we got the Dolphins with the spread. We got the Bears with the spread. We got the Browns on the money line. And we got the Eagles with the spread. Simple parlay. Parlay 3 is the Ravens money line, the Chiefs money line, the Packers money line, the Rams money line, all on the money line. And our last parlay will be the Buccaneers on the money line, the Bills on the money line, the Seahawks and the spread, and then we went with the Rams and the spread. All right, here you go. For our touchdown props, we went running back on one, all running back on one, and all receiver on the other. Running backs was Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Jameer Gibbs, and Josh Jacobs on the running back side. And on the receiver side, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and George Pickens. I mean, feel free to mix and match those, but I just put them all together for this week. You know what I'm saying? For the over-under portion, you know how we do it. We try and, hopefully at least get a tie, if not a win. Hopefully we both tied 4 wins. You know what I'm saying? Because that'd be cool. For me, I took the under in the Jacksonville Indy game, the over in the Baltimore Cincinnati game, the over in the Chicago Packers game, the under in the Eagles Chargers game. And my man from the street, he went. Oh my God! Oh, I see it. That's so. I'm gonna change mine because I see my man from the street also went with the under in that game. So I'm going to change mine and I'm gonna take the under in that Raiders Broncos game. Um, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so yeah, when the Bulls come back, I'm gonna take the under. No, no, I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna stay in the state of Pennsylvania, and I'm gonna take that under in the Steelers Ravens. I'm gonna take the under in the Steelers Ravens game because that looks like an under game. All right, all right, all right. So here we go, my man from the street. You know what I'm saying? We both had the same idea. Though. We got under in the Philadelphia Lions. We got under in the Philadelphia Detroit game. Philadelphia, San Diego. We got the under in Atlanta, Seattle. We got the under in Washington, Minnesota, and we got the under, and we got the over in the Cleveland and Tennessee. I'm not sure how this Detroit snuck in here. So we can get that off the board. Well, that's Philly, San Diego. We just gonna flop that. You know how hood money. You know what I'm saying? Every week it be something different, but we still put it together. We gonna have it right, you know what I'm saying? Every week is a little complication. That's how it be in the hood, you know what I'm saying? It's always something going down, something happening. Gotta adjust, we gotta keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? That's it for week 14, you know what I'm saying? Them your picks, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they all W's, because we still going for 40. We still in range to get 40, you know what I'm saying? The best setup like that. We got college football next week. We got regular football next week. We're going to get into it heavy next week. So for now, put them down, get them ready. And yeah, as usual, let's get this money.